Darren McGregor writes, "Greetings and salutations, everyone at AMC. My question is, how can a movie like the second Sex and the City movie cost $95 million to make, and a movie like Dredd only cost $45 million with the explosions, guns, and special effects? Granted, I have not seen Sex and the City, but I wouldn't be wrong in assuming it isn't filled with explosions and car chases."
You'd be wrong. Action-packed.
Surely a rom-com would cost much less to make than an action sci-fi would. You have previously stated that marketing doesn't go towards the budget of the film, so could you possibly explain how this is?
Yeah, you can't make the assumption that if there's a special effect, that special effect costs $50 million to make. One of the cheapest movies, actually, the most inexpensive movies to hit theaters on a wide scale in a long time, was, what was that bad alien invasion movie? A couple of years ago. Skyline. Skyline was a very inexpensive film to make. A couple of guys who ran a visual effects house, they decided, let's make a movie on our own. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they shot most of the movie at the one guy's apartment building, the guy where he lives. They shot the movie there, and they did all the special effects themselves. I think it cost them like $10 million to make. Visual effects can be hugely expensive, but here's the other thing that can be hugely expensive. Sex and the City is a massive juggernaut of a franchise. And the first movie made a lot of money.
Almost $400 million.
Almost $400 million. So now you've got these 5 actresses coming back, or 4, I don't know how many there are in Sex and the City, whatever. Well, I'll say 5 for argument's sake. You got these 5 actresses coming back who've been in the show for 10 years, did the first big successful movie, and each one of them minimum was collecting between $5 and $10 million for that film. So now, right there, before you shoot one frame of that movie, you've got roughly, let's for argument's sake say about $32 million just tied up in those actresses alone. Then you take production over, I believe they shot a lot of that film somewhere like in Cairo or something like that, and in South America, and all these exotic locations. You're taking hundreds of crew people and staff people. Making movies can be damn expensive. Or you can do what the guys with Skyline did, sit in your living room, shoot the movie there, and then edit up the effects on your computer. So it really depends. It really does depend. Each movie is so individual in that way. And that's why you can get a Sex and the City that costs $95 million to make, and why you can get Dredd with a lot of special effects. But you can tell a small-scale movie, very confined, that costs only $45 million to make, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It's the location. I mean, Dredd was in this one location.
It's on a sound studio somewhere.
Yeah. And then with Dredd, it's not a huge property. It actually was a failed movie property that they tried to revive. With Sex and the City, they have already a hit TV show. The first one made almost $400 million worldwide off of $65 million. So, of course, the actresses have leverage. They're going to be like, well, we're not going to do the same, especially because most of them know this is their payday. This is their they're not going to be a star in a bunch of other movies.
Yeah,
you know,
there's not going to be a Sex and the City 7.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, let's cash in now. And, of course, they got paid. And I'm sure they probably had a lot of, like, you know, probably, like, their trailers were, like, super nice. And they probably had, like, a million assistants and all these things they probably didn't have on the first movie. So, yeah, that's how budgets can balloon.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.